The night I saw my husband's phone light up with another woman's name, I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I realized something colder. The man sleeping beside me had already stolen my life, and he had no idea I was about to take it back. My name is Evelyn Carter, and this is how betrayal taught me patience and justice. We looked perfect from the outside. Married 11 years. Suburban home outside Denver, Colorado. 2 cars. Clean credit. Dinner parties. Family holidays. Stability. My husband, Mark, was the kind of man people trusted instantly. Calm voice. Clean suits. Corporate finance. The guy who always handled things. I built my life around that image. I paused my career in project compliance when his promotions accelerated. I handled paperwork, contracts, insurance renewals, the invisible work that keeps a life running smoothly. He used to thank me for it, until he stopped noticing. The first change wasn't loud. It never is. He guarded his phone, took calls in the garage, started traveling midweek, trips that never made sense. When I asked questions, he smiled like I was paranoid. And I believed him, because trust doesn't break all at once. It fractures quietly. But something in my body knew. I started waking up at 3 a.m. heart racing, mind replaying moments that didn't fit. And the worst part? He was still kind, still gentle, still kissing my forehead before bed. That's how betrayal hides. Behind familiarity. The discovery didn't happen dramatically. No lipstick. No hotel receipt. It happened on a Tuesday night. Mark fell asleep on the couch, phone vibrating beside his hand. I wasn't snooping, not at first. I just wanted it quiet. A message preview flashed. I miss you already. Last night was dangerous. My hands went cold. I unlocked the phone using the code I'd known for a decade. There she was. Lena. Not a coworker. Not a friend. A woman who spoke to my husband like she owned him. Messages. Photos suggestive but not explicit. Enough to destroy me. But that wasn't the worst part. I scrolled further. Bank alerts. Wire transfers. A joint account I didn't recognize. Mark wasn't just cheating. He was moving money. My money. Funds from our shared investments. Redirected slowly, carefully, to a shell account under an LLC I'd never heard of. The betrayal wasn't emotional anymore. It was strategic. I sat there in the dark watching the man I married breathe peacefully, while my entire life collapsed silently around me. I didn't confront him. I did something smarter. I took screenshots, exported statements, copied conversations, and then I went to the bathroom and vomited. For days I functioned on instinct. I cooked. I smiled. I asked about his trips. Inside I was freezing. I replayed our entire marriage like evidence in a courtroom. Every sacrifice. Every "we'll do it later." Every time I trusted his judgment over mine. Lena wasn't just an affair. She had a plan. She worked for a consulting firm tied to Mark's company. Their relationship overlapped with the financial movements perfectly. This wasn't passion. It was theft. They thought I was uninformed, disposable. A wife who handled groceries, not numbers. That assumption saved me. Because Mark forgot something. Before I stepped back from my career, I specialized in compliance, audits, and documentation. And I knew exactly what kind of evidence destroys people like him. That was the moment I stopped grieving and started preparing. For the first time since I discovered the truth, I allowed myself to feel the full weight of what he'd done. I sat alone in my car one night, engine off, driveway dark, and realized I no longer recognized the life waiting for me inside that house. The photos on the walls were lies. The laughter was staged. Even my memories felt contaminated. As if betrayal had reached backward in time and rewritten everything. I questioned myself more than I questioned him. How long had I been blind? How many moments had he shared with her while smiling at me? How many decisions had I trusted him with that were never meant to benefit us? That humiliation burned worse than anger. I wasn't just betrayed. I was used to it. And the most terrifying realization came quietly, without drama. Mark believed I would collapse. That I would beg. That I would forgive him just to survive. That belief was his fatal mistake. Because the moment I understood how small he thought I was, something inside me hardened, not with rage but with certainty. I didn't want revenge fueled by emotion. I wanted justice built on precision. And from that moment on, I stopped being his wife and became his consequence. I hired a lawyer quietly, a forensic accountant, and a therapist, not for healing but for clarity. We traced everything. The LLC was registered using marital funds. The transfers violated fiduciary duty. The affair overlapped with financial misconduct, a lethal combination in civil court. I documented everything without alerting him. I let him underestimate me. Then I made my move. I filed for divorce first. Not emotionally. Strategically. I froze joint assets legally. Submitted evidence to his company's ethics board. Anonymously. I didn't accuse. I presented facts. The investigation began quietly. Just like his betrayal. Mark noticed too late. The day his accounts were locked, he finally panicked. He cried. He begged. He blamed stress. He blamed me. I said nothing. Because silence terrifies guilty people more than anger ever could. The fallout was surgical. Mark was terminated for financial misconduct. The company settled quietly. The LLC collapsed under scrutiny. Lena disappeared from his life the moment consequences arrived. In court, the evidence spoke for me. I didn't raise my voice once. I walked away with full restitution to majority asset control. Legal fees covered. His reputation permanently damaged. And something else. Peace. The last time I saw him, he asked me how I stayed so calm. I told him the truth. You didn't just cheat on me. You underestimated me. I left that courtroom alone. Not broken. Free. And that was the last day he ever had power over me.
Here's a warm, emotional ending paragraph you can use consistently for Betrayal Nation. If this story made you feel something, pain, anger, clarity, or strength, you're not alone. Stories like this are why Betrayal Nation exists. Please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and write a comment below. We read every single one, and your voice matters here. Your support truly helps this channel grow, so if you haven't already, subscribe and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Together, we're building a place where real stories are heard, truth is exposed, and justice finds its voice. This is Betrayal Nation. Thank you for being part of it.